Hello and welcome back to X-Plane 11. Thank you very much for joining me in this video. And today, well, you can see that I am in my lovely and trusty Piper PA-28 Harrow 3. This is not what I'm going to be looking at. We've seen this so many times. In fact, what I am going to be looking at, as I'm sure you can just about see, is I'm going to be looking at a new scenery. In fact, the scenery that I'm going to be looking at is ORBX, TrueEarth Great Britain South. This is part one of a 3-pack scenery, and I'm going to be showing you guys this scenery, showing it off, talking about the scenery. I've had a bit of a look around for a while, what it has, what it doesn't have, how big it is, how much it costs, and whether it is worth it. Now, normally I talk about it and go if it's worth it or not. In this case, I'm going to be telling you why it's worth it. I've already played around with it for about half an hour, I'd say. About that much. I've had a look around, I've jumped to a few places, and I'm going to be showing you guys now. So make sure you sit back for possibly one of the most scenic tours of Great Britain you will ever get in a simulator. Alright, so we are starting at Echo Golf November X-Ray. We always seem to start here, but there is a reason why I'm starting here. I don't need that. There is a reason why I'm starting here, and the reason is that the scenery actually stops not too far north of this place, and that's the reason why I've started at this particular airport. So we're just going to take off. Let's see if I remember how to take this aircraft off. I'm going to note that I haven't done this. There we go. That's more like it. And for some reason my brakes reapplied themselves, but that's okay. There we go. Positive rate. Gear up. Let's trim ourselves in for a climb. .600 feet, so I'll put the flaps in. Flaps in. Bring that throttle back. And just have a look at that. Welcome to Great Britain. And I mean genuinely welcome to Great Britain here. Just take a look at that scenery. Now, yes, it is photorealistic. Yes, it is ORBX, and it's not going to look the greatest at certain altitudes, but at the altitudes people normally fly at, so I am going to climb up to, let's say, about 2,000 feet here. It looks stunning. Now, the first thing I need to see is, can I see the church here? That's a key thing, and if I can't, I'm going to have to tell ORBX. Now, I probably can't see it out of this view anyway. Where is the church? I'm gonna have to go looking for that church. Anyway, let's start a turn over towards the border, and this is the first thing I want to show you. The first thing I want to show you is how much of a difference this scenery makes to X-Plane. That's the important thing. I really need to show you that. So we're going to level off here around 2,000 feet. Let's go ahead and do that. There's the power station in all its glory, Ratcliffe Power Station. Absolutely brilliant. There are the roads around. That's the M1. That's the A610 going to Nottingham. And as you can see, if we just turn over to this side slightly, as you can see, there is the border of the scenery right there. So that's the first thing I want to do. First thing I'm going to do is actually show you that border. And I'm going to fly along the border. I'll tell you what, let's bring that back. Let's bring that back. Let's nose that correctly. Let's drop that propeller back a little bit and bring that mixture back into a nice range. That feels good to me. There we go. That feels really good to me. Fantastic. So everything in this is photoreal, and they've popped in autogen that matches what we actually see and what we have in the United Kingdom, and this is really important. So where you expect to see offices, you see offices. Where you expect to see housing, you see housing. Now there are different types of housing as well that they've popped in, so there is that, and that's a really good sign too. I tell you what, let's go for a little bit more power. Let's try and get about 130 knots if we can. So like I said, where you expect to see housing, you see housing. Where you expect to see offices, you see offices. Where you expect to see an IKEA, I don't know whether you see an IKEA. In fact, we'll have a look for that. We actually will take a look around for an IKEA. However, what I am going to say is that before this recording, I got both of my parents to find certain things in the sim. So we were looking around for different buildings on the east side of London, and we found a few, and we were looking for buildings on the west side of London. Now, my mother found her old secondary school. Her old secondary school that she hasn't been to, or she went to in the 1980s. She found that school in X-Plane by following the roads. We had a look around, we had a look at where certain roads were, We took a look and we went, right, that's Uxbridge Road, that's going towards Southall, that's going towards Hanwell, that's going towards Greenford. This one here is going up this way, that's Hanger Lane, we need to look at that, we need to look at this. And from there, my mother found, she found her school and the fields that she used to play in. So the fields that she used to play in when she was at school. That's incredible. Not only that, we found our own house, as in the house that I'm currently recording this in. We found, me and my parents, we found this in X-Plane. And I don't mean just the road. We found the road, we found the nearby landmarks, the nearby points of interest, and the nearby hospitals. We found my old primary school. Not only did we find the primary school, we found it in the shape. It was roughly, I'd say 90% accurate to the actual shape of my primary school in terms of the floor plan. The shape of the primary school was the same. In addition to that, the house itself was a fairly accurate representation, as good as you can get in X-Plane, of the house that I live in. So it was facing the right direction. It wasn't a house that was on its own. It was connected up to other houses correctly. And I thought, that is incredible. Absolutely incredible. And I was thoroughly impressed with that. And that immediately told me, that's it. You have to get this product. There's just no question about it anymore. At first I thought, what would I tell my users about the product, my viewers about the product? This is a good thing, this is the bad thing. What can it do, what can't it do? But in the end, it seems like it can do everything. So we're going to turn here, and there is the border of the product currently. So this is just north of Nottingham. So we're in Nottinghamshire right now. And I want you to have a look at that border. And that is all you need to know about the difference. Now, don't forget, I am running HD mesh in the other place with sim objects. So what you guys are seeing in this area is still slightly upgraded to what you would see in default X-Plane. But compare that to that. There is no comparison. I can look there and go, hey look, that's a representation of England. I can go there and say, hey look, that's England. And as I said, it's not just England, it's Great Britain. So we're going to have everything. It's going to be everything from the south coast all the way down to the top of, or all the way up to the top of Scotland, which means that I am definitely going to be enjoying going along, looking for Ben Nevis and flying around Inverness along the Loch Ness, going along towards that way towards Fort William, as I said, towards Ben Nevis, Fort William side. That's going to be amazing. I want to see the landmarks in Edinburgh. I am just staggered at this, and I am stunned at the quality. And just take a look at that, right? Look at those trees. Look at those trees. Look at the texture work there. Look at the texture work there. In addition to that, what I've done is just to really get a good experience, I actually disabled the standard roads and made them transparent, which is an option that you can get in X-Plane. So, for example, you can see all these roads here. These roads here, I've got rid of them and I've just left the standard ortho photos. Now, it doesn't look perfect, obviously. I think if there was a way to sharpen up those contrasts for the roads, it would be a lot better. But, I mean, can you argue the difference there? I don't think you can really argue the difference. You know what I also want to do? I want to tune in. Not there. I want to tune in 115.6. Is it 1156? I think. It's not 1156. What is Trent? I've forgotten that already. Well, to me, 1157 maybe. There we go, 1157 is Trent. Perfect. So Trent is just there, and we've flown over this before. This is the reason I'm flying here right now, is we've flown over this before, but just look at the difference. It's staggering, and this isn't going to be a one-part review. There isn't. I can't do a one-part review here. This is going to have to be a few parts. Also, I just want to point out I'm really enjoying flying this this Piper game, and this this just makes it so much better. I can't. I'm not going to. Do I have a smile on my face right now because of this? I'm not going to say yes, but I'm not going to say no. Flying an aircraft in a photorealistic place like this is ridiculous, and especially a place that you recognise everywhere. On top of that, I might as well mention the install and the price and everything. It comes in at £30, so that's £30 sterling. Now, what I'm going to say about the price is that though it comes in at £30 sterling, it is a 26 gigabyte download. I'm going to say that again. 26 gigabytes. It covers 14, I think, I'm not even going to tell you how many square kilometers, but it's a significant amount of ground it covers. Obviously, you've seen how far north it goes. This is just north of Nottingham. Just to give you an idea, London is about 130 miles in this direction. So, and it goes past London. Past London, it goes all the way down to Brighton. So it covers all of that, and it goes all the way across Wales. If we're going towards Wales, I think the borders around Shrewsbury and Oswestry, going up towards Wales. So Colwyn Bay and all of them are not going to be covered at the moment, but Cardiff, Swansea, Llandilly, Ebbw Vale, all of them. That area is all covered going up towards the Black Mountains. It doesn't quite have Snowdonia yet. It might have the borders of it, but all the Black Mountains are covered. All that RAF area is covered. There's the airport there. Sorry, there's the power stations. The airport's just around there. Again, look at the way we can see things. So yeah, it does cover a huge amount. And I am going to say this is incredibly familiar. This is Derby City Centre. This is Derby City Centre. There's the main railway station coming in. That is at the A6 coming along there. That's the Into shopping centre in Derby. It's ridiculous. It is absolutely ridiculous how realistic this is. And I am going to move south in a bit. But what I want to do is I want to line ourselves up for a landing at East Midlands. And the reason I want to line myself up for a landing at East Midlands is quite simply, is it 393 I'm looking for? There we go. The reason I want to line myself up for a landing at East Midlands is actually because there is something on approach that I have missed seeing in a very long time, and I want to see this again, and I'm looking forward to seeing this again. You know what? Let's use both of these to help us out. This is just incredible. Honestly, this is incredible. Alright, our localizer's alive. I think I should probably start slowing myself down a bit. Not going to descend just yet. Get ourselves slowed down, bring the prop up. Start bringing the mixture up. There we go. I did that, it really sent me into a descent very quickly, didn't it? Anyway, let's go for an intercept on this. There's the airport, as you can see. All these roads, completely familiar. It's crazy how realistic this is. It truly is crazy how realistic this is looking to me. Alright, let's really slow ourselves down, get ourselves into flap range. And like I said, we are going to move to another place very, very shortly. I'm going to try London. The other thing I want to mention about that, so I've mentioned the price, I've mentioned the actual size of the install. It also will take 2 hours or so to actually install on the computer. So do bear that in mind. Once it's downloaded, and the download for me took 20 minutes. 26 gigabytes, 20 minutes, not bad at all. It does take a long time. Right. Let's do that. Start turning ourselves in. This is crazy. This is genuinely crazy. That is me taking a screenshot, not the sim. Right, and if we look right there ahead of us, that is Donington Race Circuit. That is Donington Park Racetrack. That is an old Formula 1 track. Right, I'm going to now start dropping the nose. Let's get that gear out. So what we are now passing over is Donington Park Race Circuit, and this is something that if for those of you who have followed my tutorials or anything like that, one of the things that I noted is that there wasn't the actual race park, there's race circuit, and that's a landmark for me. That's an important landmark when coming into this airport. We are landing over the racetrack. Now if that's not crazy, I don't know what is. If that's not ridiculously realistic, I genuinely don't know what is. I am stunned. I genuinely am stunned, and it's not often I get stunned on things like this. I don't even know the wind conditions, so this landing is going to be very interesting. Now, yes, it's not absolutely 100% perfect. You can see the colours aren't quite there yet, but saying that the colours aren't quite there, it doesn't really matter. In that sense, it doesn't really matter. I would love the colours to be slightly darker. If they make an update and they just make those colours slightly darker, I will be very, very happy. But the undulations there, the mesh, there's a 10-meter mesh. It's there. The textures are there. Everything is there. And I am just, whoa, what was that? And I am just sort of here thinking, what on earth have ORBX gone and done? This is beyond crazy. Also, I'm really not lined up properly with this runway. Anyway, I'm going to land and we're going to swap airports. And you can see it also goes over the airport. Now, speaking of airports, What I am going to say is that they don't have airports. They're not actually changing the airports. They're changing the textures. They don't actually change the airports without airport packs, and this is because of the way X-Plane works. Right, this is a good speed for me to be touching down at. Lovely. Okay, for some reason the brakes applied for me. Did you see those brakes? I don't know why the brakes applied like that. I really need to check that out. But anyway, that's one set. That's one done. Now we're just going to move to a different airport, and I'm going to talk about the airports there. Oh, let's not do that. I'm going to talk about the different airports and why X-Plane haven't actually updated the airports in this. So the first place I think we should go is going to be London. Let's go London Heathrow. That's going to be an interesting one. Alright, so here we go. Early morning at Heathrow. Now this is going to be interesting. First of all, you're going to see that my frames have taken a hit. But don't let that put you off, because my frames have taken less of a hit, and I don't know how. I have not a clue how ORBX have done this, but my frames have taken less of a hit with real scenery and photorealistic scenery than with the default X-Plane scenery with the sim objects. I have no idea how ORBX have done this. Now, the way I'm going to point it out is at the moment I'm getting about 20 frames a second. By the way, if you want to help me get more frames per second, join me on Patreon, www.patreon.com/ecgadget. Your support would be appreciated on that. Help me get a 1080 Ti, and actually that's what's really holding me back here is the actual graphics card. But anyway, moving on from there for a moment. As I said, I am getting 20 frames per second here, and with the sim objects I was getting 16 frames per second, and with the London VFR pack that I showed you guys I was getting 11 frames per second. So can I really complain? I don't think so. X-Plane's going to complain. I can't complain. Let's head towards Wembley Stadium, shall we? Welcome to London. And the reason I've chosen early morning is because I just want to show you that mist and the River Thames and this London city skyline. And if anyone says to me that that does not look superb, I'm not sure what to say to them. If anyone was to look at that and say to me, that does not look absolutely stunning like that, it's incredible. Why is my mixture so low again? I need to bring that down. I need to bring it down anyway, but there we go. I didn't put the mixture. Oh, I wonder if auto mixture sets on this. Right, so we're going to level off here at again at around. Should we go for about 2,200 feet? Right, that down there is the Great Western Main Line. This area here is Southall. There was actually a train accident right here, I believe, in the 1980s or early 1990s. There was a train accident there, a very nasty one, involving a Class 43. This area is where my mother grew up. Her school is just around. That's her school, right there. Or this in the 1980s. That's why I'm saying this. So I'm not going to tell you, but still, that's her school right there. And there's the fields where she used to play. There's some tracks. There's some tracks there. That there is the A40 going up to Hanger Lane. There's Wembley Stadium right there. Let's look for IKEA Wembley. I swear, if IKEA's in this is. Oh, I think that's it. I think that's the IKEA. But I'm not entirely sure. It's a shame. I don't think they've actually got. Obviously, they probably don't have the license to do that. Right, we're up at 3,000 feet. So let's stabilize ourselves. There we go. But can you... What is going on here? I'm genuinely not sure what's going on. I don't know why the aircraft is doing this. I haven't set the aircraft up properly, I will say that. I didn't intend to set the aircraft up properly at all, because obviously I want to show you guys London. But, I mean, is anyone going to complain with that? And I will go to daytime in a minute. What I was saying about airports, though, before I forget, what I was saying about airports is that they're not upgrading the airports because of the way X-Plane works. X-Plane will constantly upgrade airports that have been made by people or the community. So ORBX are not going to do that because Lamina Research are doing that. ORBX instead are going to provide payware airports, so you won't see changes at the airport at all. So as the airports are in Lamina Research's default X-Plane, that's how you're going to see them unless you have upgraded them. I'm not sure what's going on here. I'm going to pop that up a little bit. Nevertheless, the fact that I could go around this place, look, we'll follow the Great Western Inn. I'm going to follow it in to Paddington Station. That's what I'm going to do right now. And I will look at other parts, as I said. So today we've looked at the border. We've seen the actual comparison of what it looks like with it and what it looks like without it. We've now seen... We're now flying over London, and as you can see, it hasn't actually given me a warning yet about not being able to meet minimum frame rates. Now, I'm sure it will give me a warning at some point, but not yet. I am actually now following the Great Western Railway in. This is ridiculous. I'm not... I am just stunned. I am genuinely stunned. That's Axon Yard, I think. It's going over there. I think Paddington's that side. There's Paddington, I think. No, that can't be Paddington. No. Paddington should be on this side, because that is the Royal Park, so that's Buckingham Palace. So Paddington... There it is. There's Paddington Railway Station. That's crazy. And this is what I mean. Yep. There it is, going in there. Now, yes, it's not absolutely perfect, and I hope they do update it. I really do hope they update it. But you get to see all of these things that you don't normally see. Lines going out in different directions, into tunnels, sidings, London Underground, London Overground. Yeah, that does look like Paddington Station to me. And then we should have a cricket ground nearby. Can't find the cricket ground. Anyway, I'm just flying over this area now, utterly bewildered at what I'm seeing. Let's see if we can just go over that side. We'll fly over Westminster. Why not? Why not? We'll fly over Westminster this way. And the buildings are fairly realistic. This is Regent's Park. So this here is Regent's Park. That's why I said there should be there's a cricket ground. There it is. So there's Regent's Park right there. in all its glory. This is Euston train station. That's King's Cross, St Pancras. Yep. Then coming up this way, that's Waterloo. You should see... Let's have a look. Where am I looking? The Gherkin, the Shard, the Cheese Grater, right there. Canary Wharf, the Millennium Dome, that's all Camden Square. You've got a tunnel that goes into there, the Blackwall Tunnel. Absolutely terrified of that. If you don't know why, watch my Euro Truck Simulator 2 video. House of Parliament. Now the only thing I'm going to say is that they're not quite placed in exactly the right positions. There's the Tower Bridge. Now that also looks a little bit weird. Tower of London looks correct. Tower Bridge looks weird. So they do need to work on some of the landmarks and build them up still. Actually, you know what's happening? I think there may be two sceneries colliding a little bit here. I think there may be two sceneries colliding. That's Charing Cross Station. I don't care where the sceneries are colliding right now. Where's Battersea Park? Show me Battersea Park. Tell me that they've got chimneys. Should be over... Where is Battersea Park? It's here? Is that where it should be? No, it should be here. Nevertheless, I am flying around London and I'm not actually struggling. Now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go to night mode, and I just want to just take a look at that. Welcome to London. And it's in all its glory. It is genuine in all its glory. And yes, I am letting the aircraft just do what it wants to do right now. Let's go into a proper daytime. Things that it doesn't come with, ORBX, it's only summer textures, and I think that's got to do with Lamina Research themselves. But oh come on, I can't. You can't argue with that. You just right. I need to straighten up the aircraft for this. Or just a little bit of a tilt. You cannot argue with that. I can look at that and I can say, that's London. Yes, there are a few things that need improvement, and I do hope they improve them. I really do hope that ORBX go along and improve them. For example, in London, if you can get every single bridge correct. See, look, they've got the Tower of London, they just need the bridge now. That seems like a joke though. Tower Bridge, so you'll put some towers on the bridge. No, you got Tower of London. All you need to do is actually get us a proper Tower Bridge. Give us a proper Tower Bridge. That would be perfect. You've got these buildings here. The NatWest building. Where's the NatWest building? Is that Tower 42? No. There it is. I think it's called Tower 42. That's the NatWest building. You've got, obviously, like I said, the Shard. All those buildings are correct. These buildings are correct around this area. That all looks correct to me. Some of these are still autogen, of course, but some of them are not. That building lights up very nicely at night. I remember that. As I said, Charing Cross is there. If we go... if we go over this way, Thames Barrier. They've got the Thames Barrier in. That's crazy. What else do they have in that looks familiar? The Royal Greenwich Observatory. Where's that? That should be here. There we go. These buildings. That is that used to be the old Naval Academy. That's the Queen's House. That's an art observatory. Yes, they need to improve that, but the shapes are correct. There needs to be an extra one there, by the way. One of those needs to be there. Shapes are correct. There's the pattern in the middle. You might know this from my Minecraft series that I'm building something, and then if I just straighten myself up, let's have a look. The observatory should be that. I think that might be the Royal Greenwich Observatory. They need to work on that. But the important part is it looks real. And it looks, everything's in the right place. There's the M25 crossing, the toll bridge. The water, the river looks real. I'm not even going to complain about the river there. I want to see... What else do I want to see? Blackwall Tunnel approach. I want to see Blackwall Tunnel approach. And if you guys want a series of sightseeing where I actually take a look around every city and point out the landmarks, I will do that. I will do that with this particular scenery. From about 2,000 feet, I'd say. Let's do a nice sharp bank. There we go. 20-degree turn. All the way. Nose down a bit. That's a lovely turn right there. And I cannot get over the fact that this is running on my computer and it hasn't complained yet. It has not complained, yet it looks this stunning. Right. So we've got the Docklands here. This is Millwall. This area down here is Millwall, just below Canada Square. That's basically the financial district. We have the Millennium Dome here. There's the Blackwall Tunnel. There's the Blackwall Tunnel. I think down there it goes. Into that. Underneath there, and it comes out. Over on this side, it comes out. Okay, I can't see where it comes out. Should come out somewhere here, I think. I can't actually see where it's coming out. Nevertheless, I'm not complaining. I am not complaining. This is staggering. This is staggering, and it runs so well. All I want is Tower Bridge. I want London's bridges sorted out. Every single bridge in London, sort them out. HMS Belfast, they've got the HMS Belfast there. This is an area I remember parking the car down this side, walking here, and about 1:30 in the morning, I was just sitting here in summer. 1:30 in the morning, sitting there, it's about 25 degrees at 1:30 in the morning in the middle of summer. And I just sat there and just watched the world go by. Literally. It's that peaceful there. But the fact that I can point these places out to you is incredible. Again, you can see Wembley from there. Different parks. Don't know whose stadium that is. Is that Arsenal's? That could be Arsenal. Let's go up to the Lee Valley to finish this video. I know it's been a long video, but let's go up to the Lee Valley. So that's going this way. And the reason I'm going up this way is because there is the whole Queen Elizabeth Park and all the Olympic stuff on this side that I want to see if I can spot. Because if that is Arsenal, if that is Holloway Road, which it looks like it could be, because that looks like the A1 coming in. So if that is Holloway Road, then we should be coming up to the whole Olympic Park somewhere around here. There it is. Right there. So this is the Lee Valley right there. This is Lee Valley. And then there's the Olympic Park right there. That's brilliant. And in fact, then, that being said, I could probably point out the hospital where I was born, which is in this area of London. And I did say that I was looking for it last time, so could I see it and point it out? I might be able to do that. But anyway, that is the Olympic Stadium, Queen Elizabeth Park. I wonder what that looks like in the dark. Is that lit up? Oh, it is. It is lit up. That's the cycling centre, I think. This is the area where I used to live at one point. And that's not. Oh yeah, it's sort of lit up. That's nice. And you sort of drive down that road and you can see it all quite clearly from that road. Yeah, I am just astounded. And that, I know I keep saying that, but there is no other explanation. That, I think, is the Lee Valley Sports Centre. Yep, so you got water sports and stuff down there, I think. So that's the Lee Valley Sports Centre. That there looks like the M11, I think. Again, I'm not 100% certain because I'm still not used to seeing this from such a high altitude, but I can look at this and I'm seeing a lot more, and I can recognise a lot more. All the roads, you know, I could probably swing back and point out things like Leytonstone High Road and the North Circular and things like that. Speaking of the North Circular, that there might be the North Circular. I think that's the M11. That's the M11 going in. Or is that that's not the M25. No, it's not the M25. So yeah, this is just absolutely crazy. It is absolutely crazy, it is. And I am just... I tell you what, actually, there is one more thing I want to check. Right behind me there should be a golf course. There was a golf course in Lee Valley. So I want to check that. And we are descending very nicely at the moment. And then from there, if I understand correctly... Oh, by the way, that is the M11. I've just double checked to make sure. That road that I just pointed out was the M11, and the other road is the North Circular. There should be a golf course right here. And, is that it? That there's a golf course, I think? Yeah, that's the golf course. And then the hospital that I was born should be just here somewhere. That's it. There we go. That's the hospital where I was born. So there you go. I mean, is there anything else I need to say about this product? It's absolutely fantastic. Link is in the description box. If you want to go around England in any which way, if you were born in England, if you live in England, if you like visiting England, if you like having realistic scenery, photorealistic scenery, if you like having something that actually helps your frames, it actually improves your frames by a few frames, because that's what's happened to me. I'm getting an extra 3 or 4 frames per second as I'm using this, as opposed to what I was before. Buy this product. It's £30. It covers everything from Brighton all the way up to just past Nottingham, where I showed you. It covers everything from the Thames Estuary, Southend, all the way up to the opposite side, the furthest point in Wales, which I can't remember the name of anymore. It covers all of that. It covers Cardiff, Swansea, going to the Black Mountains, the South Downs. It covers Sussex. It covers Wessex, obviously over here we're in Middlesex, Essex, we're in Essex. It goes up Hertfordshire, Bedfordshire, Buckinghamshire, Leicestershire, Nottinghamshire, Derbyshire. All of them are covered. Yes, there are a few things that still need to be improved, and I'm fairly sure they will be improving on them. Why are my flaps up? Why are my flaps down? I don't understand. Why did it put my flaps down? I'm a bit confused as to what's going on. I must have knocked that by mistake. Anyway, all I'm going to say is, do I need to say anything? Just take a look at that. Thank you very much for watching. Please remember to hit the like button if you like this video, subscribe to the channel. For more videos on X-Plane 11, there will be another video on this, another maybe 2 videos on this, just showing you guys how beautiful this looks, because this is absolutely stunning. Don't forget to support me on Patreon, www.patreon.com/ecgadget. Your support will be massively appreciated. It'll help me upgrade my computer to be able to run this in an even better fashion. Don't forget to follow me on Twitch, twitch.tv/ecgadget. A follow is free, and you can find me on social media at ecgadgetlp for both Twitter and Instagram. What more do I have to say about this? Nothing apart from buy it. Just seriously, guys, if you're going to spend some scenery and you like the United Kingdom in any which way, put aside £90, because I'm assuming each pack is going to be £30. Put aside £90 and buy these packs, or at least the first one, and then when the second and third, when they come out, buy those packs. That's all from me, and I shall see you next time, where obviously we won't be looking at London, but we'll start taking a look. I'll take you guys on a bit of a journey around Birmingham, and we'll go over to Cardiff and have a look a little bit around Wales in the next one. Then after that we'll probably have a look around the South Downs, Brighton, Eastbourne, that side, go across the South Downs, have a look at towards Portsmouth, Chichester, Southampton, towards that side, and then maybe we'll go down towards Exeter and things like that. And I'm sure through this video I've also been putting up a couple of comparison shots, so that's probably giving you an idea of some of the areas we're going to be visiting. Anyway, that's all from me, and I'll see you guys next time in X-Plane 11.